What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into the channel. My name's Rock Soldier, and today is the start of a brand new Rogue Company series where we take two rogues from Rogue Company and we put them head to head in a one-on-one battle where we go over their ability, their passive, their combat loadout, and their perks comparison, and then we give you some clips to show you their potential in game. Today we're going to be doing Chaac versus Scorch, and we're going to keep these in their classes, so it's going to be duelist versus duelist, supports versus supports, so you'll never see like a Ronin versus a Dahlia because their roles in game are completely different. So today we got Scorch and Chaac. I'm excited to bring you guys this video, man. We're going to hop right into it. Let's get it. So taking a look at their abilities, Chaac's ability is called Rage, and you kind of have a couple options here with Chaac's ability. You can either use it to overheal yourself for a duration. You gain 75 HP with the overheal, but as time ticks away, you slowly lose that extra health. Or if you go down in game, you can use it to self-revive yourself, which takes 4 seconds. 4 seconds is good. It's faster than not having a quick res, but it's not faster than Helping Hands or Lifeline. The other options with Chaac's ult is that you can do a silent ult using his melee, which will be shown in some of the clips, but the silent ult doesn't affect the time to shoot. Scorch's ability is called Overheat, and when activated, when you damage an enemy using a melee or a firearm, it deals extra damage over a small amount of time. It does 3 ticks at 4 damage per tick for every set of damage. So one bullet would be 3 ticks at 4 damage per tick for a total of 12. If you were to punch him, it'd still be 3 ticks at 4 damage for 12. So there is no silent ult with Scorch's ability, but if you look at the time to shoot from the time activated to the time you're able to shoot your gun, it is significantly faster than Chaac's time to shoot. And the other downside is that it's loud. You can hear when Scorch pops her ability. So, you know, a lot of people can just back up quickly and react when they hear that Scorch is about to come around the corner, setting everybody ablaze. Taking a look at their passes, the passes are relatively simple here. For Chaac, it's called Grit. While down, you gain increased health and the ability to roll around on the floor. And while you're down, you gain 50 extra HP, so that makes it harder for the enemy to full kill you. It also gives you a longer chance to be revived. And on top of that, you can roll while being down, so you can roll out of enemy fire, behind cover, pop your self-res, or have somebody else hand-res you, or, you know, Saint drone you, or whatever it may be. Very versatile and a very, very good passive. Scorch's passive is called Fireproof, and basically it's pretty simple. She's just immune to fire. This is really good because you can use her Incendiary to block off paths and then push through. The only thing is, though, is that if she's standing in an enemy Incendiary or some kind of fire, that it alerts enemies that she's there by going immune, 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 immune. Looking at their combat loadouts, Chaac has the D40C, the SKL6, and the Spitfire in terms of weapons, and Scorch has the SLC, the Arbitrator, and the A3 Salvo. These are all very, very formidable weapons. I actually have a head-to-head video where I compare the Spitfire and the A3 Salvo, where we go over their time to kill and a whole bunch of other things. And so, in my opinion, the Spitfire takes the cake against the A3 Salvo. The D40C versus the SLC, even with the recent updates, I think the D40C has the edge just a little bit, but it's still a very, very close battle. SMGs, at the end of the day, they're always going to be very close within those 10 to 20 meter range. As for shotguns, the Arbitrator is unmatched, in my opinion. I will give this, that the SKL6 is probably the closest shotgun to giving the Arbitrator any kind of competition in game, but the double barrel shotgun, the Arbitrator, is just something else. The ability to 2-tap and potentially 1-tap if you have Scorch's ability popped. Looking at the utilities, Chaac has the Katana, Semtex, and a Flashbang, and Scorch has Rosie, which is her mechanical arm, an Incendiary, and an EMP. As for the melees, I think I'm going to give the Katana the edge just because you can. The first upgrade increases the damage from 75 to 125, allowing you to throw the melee and one-hit anybody with it, anybody in the game except for maybe Chaac with his overheal ability pop. Rosie, you can't throw, it's her mechanical arm. But I will say the upgrades on her is pretty good as well. The lunge distance increase is crazy. It makes you feel like you're playing Apex Legends. You can lunge so far and just break somebody's nose, right? As for the Semtex versus the Incendiary, I think the Incendiary has the edge. I think it's just a lot more versatile. You can use it to initiate a push, especially with Scorch, because she can just run through her own fire. You can use it to get somebody out behind cover that's weak, or somebody who's just camping there. You can use it to stop bomb diffuses. It's very, very versatile. So I'm gonna give the Incendiary the edge on that one. As for the Flashbang versus the EMP, I think these are both very versatile in their own right. The EMP can be used to either stop a push or initiate a push, right? You can EMP them and then have your team flood them because they can't throw any utility and they can't use their abilities, right? Or if somebody's trying to flood you and push in quick, you can EMP them and then, you know, hopefully stop their push because, hey, they can't throw anything at you or use their ability, so it's basically just a gunfight at that point. Flashbang, in my opinion, is the same way, just with a flashbang instead of an EMP, right? The flash lasts, I think, in my opinion, anywhere from like 3 to 5 seconds and can be a great starting point to initiate a push. The one downside to the flashbang, though, is that a character like Anvil is immune to flash, and then if you have a Dahlia, then you can potentially have 2 people that are immune to flash. So that you gotta kind of keep that in mind, but it can be used to stop and initiate a push. You know, if the team's pushing through, you can flashbang them. They're gonna get scared because now they can't see anything, and vice versa. Overall, I'd say their combat loadouts are well suited to each character, and I think Rogue Company does a great job of giving each rogue a good set of weapons and utility to really fit their character and kind of what they're able to do within the game. Moving on to the perk comparison. So we separated these off by 3 categories. We got the cheap, medium, and expensive perks, right? So for Chaac in the cheap categories, he has Shredder Rounds and Cloaked, and Scorch has Berserker and Evade. So I feel that Scorch's cheaper perks fit her better. They're kind of more versatile and they can be used in any kind of situation. You know, being able to reload while sprinting and increase movement speed when you're being shot at for a little bit are just very versatile perks. Whereas Chaac's Shredder Rounds is really only like a big deal for like Anvil Shield. You know, if they put that up, you can destroy it a lot quicker. The extra ammunition isn't really too big of a thing in my opinion. And you might be able to get away with buying Shredder Rounds for Mac's new ability where he has the big flashbang that goes down in the middle. And as for Cloaked, you know, Chaac being kind of an aggressive character, I don't feel like it's the best perk that fits his tool belt. As for their medium perks, Chaac has Helping Hands and Stalker, and Scorch has Nimble Hands and Tenacity. Now Tenacity is big with Scorch for a reason, and was before it got buffed again back up to the 40% reduction, because for a while it was at 30. But with the combination of Headstrong and the expensive perks for Scorch and Tenacity, that allows her to live through almost any explosive in the game. But at the same time, Tenacity also kind of have the downside. It is the most expensive medium perk in the game. It's at 8k, whereas most of the medium perks are around 5k. Nimble Hands, you can increase weapon swap and reload speed. I think this is a fantastic perk. I think it makes perfect sense for Scorch, especially with her SLC or the Arbitrator, whichever one you want to use. I think it makes perfect sense to be able to switch weapons faster and to have the quicker reload on top of that. Chaac with Helping Hands, he's able to revive teammates faster. I believe it goes from a 5-second res to a 3-second res, which is kind of nice because it kind of takes this aggressive individual character and kind of give him that team aspect as well, and kind of give him that ability to really help out his team and anchor down. As for Stalker, I feel once again this is not the best perk for Chaac's kit. Stalker is a great perk in game, and I find it best it works with assault rifles, which Chaac does not have any of. And it's not like he has padded steps or anything, so like Stalker on Chaac to me has always been a non-necessity of a perk. I think Stalker works better on a lot of other rogues, but not so well for Chaac. As for the expensive perks though, I think Chaac really wins out here. He has Life Drain and Replenish. But I think Chaac really wins out here because Life Drain, in my opinion, is probably the best expensive perk in the game. Downing an enemy heals you, you get 50 HP in literally fractions of a second, and on top of that, you can get Replenish, which when you down or eliminate an enemy, it instantly reloads your weapon for you. The Scorch also has that one, which I think is also a really good perk for her, because she has the SLC, initially has a smaller magazine than Chaac's D40C, and is also really good for the Arbitrator if you're able to get somebody down, because it only has 2 shots. So if you're able to keep taking this heavy blasting shotgun and just doof doof and doof doof and just keep messing people's day up, Replenish is really good. And obviously, like I said, the combination of Tenacity and Headstrong is also really good. Headstrong gives you an extra 25 armor that is repairable. Overall, I think this perk battle is really close between these 2 duelists. Now that we've compared everything we possibly can about these rogues, I'm going to give you guys some clips here to show you guys their max potential in game, show you some different combinations of the utility and their abilities and how their passive works a little bit. And I'm excited to bring you guys these clips. But first, man, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, hit that sub button, hit that bell to know we're dropping the next one. And if you guys enjoy watching competitive Rogue Company, me and my team, we're a top 10 team right now in the game. We got the second qualifier for the $10,000 Rogue Company May Showdown coming up this Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you guys are interested in checking us out or showing us some support or love, I would greatly appreciate it. Link for that will be down below in the description. Alright, we're gonna hop right into these clips, guys. I'm excited to bring you guys these clips, man. I appreciate you guys taking the time to check out this video. We're gonna hop right into it. Let's get it.